Every time your hands move toward your cat, their brain fires off a lightning-fast judgment call. Most owners believe they already know whether their cat enjoys being picked up, but the real story goes far beyond what you've noticed on the surface. What unfolds in those first split seconds as your hands get close reveals something deeply telling about your connection, something you've likely been overlooking your entire life together. Follow us in this video and stay till the end to show you the secrets of what your cat really thinks when you pick them up. 1. The secret alarm wired into every cat's brain. The moment you reach down to lift your cat, something extraordinary ignites inside their mind before conscious thought even kicks in. Buried deep within, a primal warning system floods with alarm signals. Danger, even in a cat who has never known the outdoors a single day. Researchers have confirmed that in the very first fraction of a second after a cat leaves the ground, stress hormones surge, even in cats that appear perfectly at ease. Some cats have essentially silenced this ancient warning, while others can never fully quiet it, and that has absolutely nothing to do with how deeply they love you. Kittens handled with care between weeks 2 and 7 actually develop fundamentally different neural pathways around being lifted. Their brains physically rewire themselves to classify elevation as something safe rather than threatening. So when your cat turns to stone in your arms, they are battling against millions of years of hardwired survival instinct, screaming that being airborne means a predator has seized them. Watch their eyes the next time you pick them up. Cats who genuinely feel safe in your hold will offer those slow, soft blinks, even mid-lift. But cats still wrestling with their instincts flash wide, blown-out pupils regardless of the lighting. Their ear position tells an entirely separate story. Ears rotating backward signals they are unconsciously bracing to detect threats they can no longer monitor from this exposed position. And this reaction fires even in cats who've spent 15 years inside 4 walls. But their body temperature reveals something completely different about what's actually happening inside them. 2. Your cat's body temperature tells the whole truth. Something invisible takes place the moment you lift your cat, and it exposes exactly how they feel about it. Scientists in Japan uncovered this by pointing thermal imaging cameras at cats mid-hold, and what they captured is staggering. Within seconds of being lifted, your cat's ear temperature shifts noticeably, and that shift is a direct window into their true emotional state. When a cat's ears drop in temperature by roughly 2 degrees, their body is entering emergency mode, bracing for fight or flight. But when their ears edge slightly warmer, that cat is genuinely at ease, happy to be right where they are. Most of us have no idea our seemingly relaxed cat is actually locked in quiet panic. You know that moment when your cat goes completely soft and limp in your arms? Sometimes that total surrender is actually a stress response, playing dead, like prey frozen in a predator's grip. But scientists uncovered another pattern that's even more eye-opening. A cat who truly enjoyed being held will often linger after you set them down, brushing against your legs, settling nearby. A stressed cat will vanish immediately because their entire nervous system needs time to decompress. Some fortunate cat owners have cats whose ears actually warm up the moment they see you approaching to pick them up. These cats haven't just accepted being lifted, they actively crave that closeness with you. Scientists call this anticipatory warming, and it only emerges once the bond has evolved from mere tolerance into genuine longing. But there's another temperature pattern that uncovers something even more profound about trust. 3. What your holding position reveals about your bond. The way your cat prefers to be held tells an entire story about your relationship, one you've probably never stopped to decode. Cats who always keep all 4 paws free while you hold them are preserving their final escape option. These cats may trust you completely with both paws planted on solid ground, but surrendering that last shred of control is simply too much. Cat behaviorists have mapped out 5 distinct holding preferences, and every single one carries meaning. When a cat allows you to cradle them on their back with their belly fully exposed, you've been granted the highest possible honor: complete vulnerability. Only around 15% of cats ever grow comfortable enough with any human being to allow this. Then there are the shoulder cats, those who need height to feel secure. These were often only kittens, raised without siblings, missing critical experiences that build confidence. Some cats go bored stiff and horizontal when lifted, like you're transporting a very furry suitcase. They endure it by mentally checking out until it ends. The most telling position is when cats bury their face deep into your chest while being held. They're coating themselves in your scent as a coping mechanism while suspended off the ground, a self-soothing behavior that speaks to profound emotional need. Pay attention to what their tail does while you hold them. If it wraps firmly around your arm, they are emotionally anchoring themselves to you, a physical tether that runs deeper than simple balance. A tail hanging completely limp signals resignation, not trust. Tail position shifts as the hold extends, and at one very specific moment, something dramatic rewires their entire stress response. 4. Why your cat suddenly demands to get down. We've all been there. Your normally affectionate cat is settled and content in your arms. Then, without warning, they're clawing desperately for the floor. Most people assume their cat is simply being temperamental, but something just happened in their world that completely flew past you. While being held, a cat's senses shift into overdrive. Every micro movement you make, a weight shift, a head turn, even a change in your breathing rhythm, registers as amplified input. Scientists have established that cats can actually detect your heartbeat accelerating through your body. So if a flash of anxiety crosses your mind while you're holding them, they pick it up instantly. And there's actually a predictable pattern to when cats tap out. Anxious cats typically reach their threshold around 47 seconds, while comfortable cats can sustain it for roughly 3 minutes. This window lines up precisely with natural cycles in their body's stress regulation system. Indoor cats with little climbing experience generally can't sustain being held as long as cats who routinely scale cat trees and high shelves. And jealousy produces the most dramatic escape bids of all. If your cat hears, spots, or even catches the scent of another animal while you're holding them, they need ground contact immediately. Territorial assessment demands 4 paws down and full freedom of movement. Then something unexpected unfolds. Some cats will turn right back around, wanting to be lifted again once they've verified no threat is present, while others require hours before their comfort baseline resets. Fascinatingly, cats remember with precision exactly how long it took them to feel safe again, and they apply that timing to every future situation. 5. The memories that shape every cuddle forever. Every single time you pick up your cat, they file a new entry into memory. These entries accumulate over time into what scientists call their handling history, an invisible ledger that colors every future moment of physical closeness. And most of us have no idea we are continuously writing new pages into that record. Your cat catalogs everything about being lifted: the time of day, what you had on, the emotional energy you carried in that moment, even the weather outside. Ever scooped up your cat during a thunderstorm to soothe your own nerves? They may now associate being held with storms. Some cats become impossible to lift when you're in certain outfits because those clothes mentally link back to one unpleasant experience years in the past. Cats are perpetually running calculations on whether the next time you reach for them will be worth it, based entirely on this internal database. Every rushed grab before a vet visit, every extended hold for a photo, every time you relocated them off the counter, it all gets factored into this complex equation. Pick up your cat for something unpleasant like nail trimming just once, and it takes approximately 27 positive experiences to counterbalance that single negative one. The imbalance is that severe because their brains are wired to prioritize survival memories above all others. Rescue cats sometimes never fully embrace being held, even after years of patient, tender effort. Their database carries too many corrupted early files. The way these memories get encoded activates a remarkable dual process in their brain that researchers have only recently begun to understand. 6. What's actually running through their mind while you hold them? When your cat rests in your arms, their brain is performing something remarkable. Neuroscientists studying feline brains have discovered they run two programs simultaneously. One part is bonding with you, while another part is continuously scanning for danger. They are essentially posing a question to themselves. Is this love or is this control? Your cat processes being held using the same neural circuitry that bonds kittens to their mothers, but only when they perceive you as a parental figure. Cats who see you more as a housemate or equal run entirely different brain regions during the same experience. They are actually calculating whether being in your arms elevates or diminishes their standing in the household hierarchy. Cats can also model how you feel while holding them, using specialized neurons called mirror neurons. Sometimes when your cat purrs in your arms, that purring is serving a tactical function, making you feel successful as a caretaker, conditioning you to remain gentle. They are quite literally training you with their purr, influencing your emotions from a place of genuine attachment. The scoring system runs deeper still. While you're holding your cat, they are continuously grading your performance on an invisible scale. Every correct move, properly supporting their feet, releasing them when they signal, breathing evenly, earns points. But missteps cost you exponentially more than successes earn back. One wrong move downgrades your entire profile in their mental file, affecting not just that moment, but every future interaction. And some cats are keeping an entirely different kind of tally. If you are here by now, please kindly hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and reaching out to millions of cat lovers worldwide. 7. The cats who simply never want to be held. Some cats go their entire lives without ever warming to being picked up, and the reason runs deeper than past trauma or any shortage of love. They may simply be what experts now call ground cats, and it is literally written into their biology. Just as some people are constitutionally uncomfortable with flying, while others find it thrilling, cats enter the world with varying baseline comfort levels about leaving the ground. Scientists have even identified specific genetic markers that predispose certain cats to keeping their paws firmly planted on solid earth. These cats often pour affection out in other ways, shadowing you through every room, sleeping pressed against your body, grooming your hands. Their love runs every bit as deep. They simply need the ground beneath them to express it fully. And these same never lift me cats often shift completely in certain circumstances. Many will suddenly accept being held when they are unwell, seemingly understanding that being lifted might mean care is coming. Others allow it only during storms, treating you as a mobile sanctuary. Some older cats who rejected being held their entire lives begin tolerating it once arthritis makes jumping genuinely painful. Practicality finally overrides instinct. The most heartbreaking scenario involves cats who desperately want that closeness, but cannot push through the fear. You'll see them draw near when you're seated, maybe even climb into your lap. The instant you attempt to lift them, panic takes over. They are caught between the pull of attachment and the terror of elevation, experiencing what behaviorists term approach avoidance conflict. For these cats, every attempt to pick them up sparks an internal war, and researchers now understand precisely what is firing in those critical seconds before you've even realized it. But there's something even more revealing than how they react to being held. It lives in the moments when they believe no one is watching at all.